So we did a spring makeover out here to last from spring into summer, and it pretty much has. But there's been summer heat, the plants have grown out, so we have to go in and freshen it up a little bit. So I hope you'll join us today. And if you've never been here before, my name is Marlene. Welcome to my home and garden channel. So this is how it's looking right now, guys. Not too worse for the wear, but there are a few little places here and there that we need to tweak, and also some things that we wanted to add in to refresh it. Take, for example, right here, we have some weeds growing in there, and we're going to have to go in and pull those out. You can see that we use the river pebbles, but there's a little bit of the weed liner showing along there. Some of the rocks right there kind of out of place, so we're going to fix those. And this plant right here, it's called Lirio, but if you look, you can see that the previous ones from the winter are still there. So we're going to go in and get those trimmed out. Along here now, we have the lantern, and it looks a little bit kind of burnt out, discolored. So we're going to go in and get that sprayed over. And then right next to it, you can see the flowers that they're growing out a little bit. And the creeping Jenny that's hanging down has some trouble spots. So we're going to go in and get that fixed, tweaked a little bit. And we have on the sun patients here a couple of, older yellow leaves. We're going to go ahead and clean those out as well. Up here, the wreath is still looking pretty good. But the door, you probably can't see it on, what your device, but it's a little bit messy. The rug, also you probably can't tell, but the one at the bottom, it is messy. And the reason is because when the water comes down from the floor pot, it kind of runs a little bit over to it, so it gets discolored. So I'm going to have to go ahead and get that washed. And same thing here again for the flowers. We need to go in and clean them up a little bit. This caladium for some reason wasn't as large as the other one, but the creeping Jenny is larger, so I guess it's one for the other. Those are some begonias right there. Over here we have the bench, and my biggest concern is on the porch today is really my chrysanthemum, because it bloomed twice since the spring, but now it's taken over by ants. They're just crawling all over on it. I'm not sure if we can make them out or not, but I'm going to have to go ahead and take it around to the back, to my little, area where I take care of my plants when they're, needing to come up or they're new, and we're going to have to replace it with something else. This right here is a abandoned bird nest, and we're going to go ahead and get that taken out as well. And just to show you right here, this is how it all started back in the spring when we had just put everything out and everything was looking good. You can see the flowers, a close-up of them right there, how they were. Look at the creeping Jenny where it started. And if you wanted to see this step-by-step from the very beginning, how we put everything together, planted all of these flowers, check out this video. I'll link it at the end for you. If you haven't seen it yet, you'll be happy that you did. So over here now, my son was nice enough to go in and get the walkway and the porch itself cleaned with a surface cleaner, and I'll link this below because it's a very useful tool if you're ever wanting to get one of those. Next was to go ahead and start taking things down, and I took the wreath down first, and we'll follow with the other things that are on the porch, moving along. Then we go for the rugs. The coir mat is looking good, but the other one that's underneath there, like I was saying, probably not showing so well for you, but it's not very clean. So we're going to go ahead and get it washed. I'm going to put it on the delicate cycle so it can be nice and clean. So wish me luck. Next, we're going to go ahead and get the lantern spray painted. And that's the one I'm using right there. It's a flat finish, which is really what I wanted. And for some reason, I don't know why, I did not shake up the can first. It was a little bit runny. Plus, it was overcast. We've been having rain like for 2 weeks, almost every single day. Pretty much every day, I would suppose. So it was dripping a little bit, but it still turned out fairly fine for me. So I just went ahead and sprayed it all over. And of course, I had covered the candle that's inside there. It's an electrical one. I just covered it with some plastic and some paper towels, and then just sprayed over it. Next, we're going to go ahead and get the door wiped down. And what I have here is some warm water, a little bit of Dawn liquid detergent, and I'm just going through with a handy wipe and just wiping all the dust down. It was worse in the spring because we had so much pollen that was on the door, but still a little dust here and there. So it's good to just go in and give it a nice clean so everything looks, neat and nice for us. Very, to have that refreshing look. Next was to go in and just wipe it down with the paper towel to get everything evened out and just looking really good. And then like the white trim, those kind of show up, any soiling very, very easily. So it's always good to go in and get those wiped down as well. So that's what I did for these right here. Then it was next to tackle the abandoned bird nest because they did their thing and they're gone now. So it's time to get them out because we don't want to have anything living in there in the fall and in the winter that shouldn't be there. So my husband went ahead and took it out, and just to show you, this is what a close-up of it looks like. You see how they built it with the leaves and the straw and grass and everything. And then he went in here to wipe the lamp down because I can't reach those high places easily. And now it's time to go in and tidy up the liriope. So I just went in and first pulled the crab, that's probably crabgrass, I guess. And I just yanked it out, but it wasn't that easy. For some reason, it was really, really stuck down in there. And it's just amazing to me how they camouflage so well, because sometimes you don't even see them until, they start to produce those seed heads. You're just like, wow, there was a weed there. So once I got those out, I just went in and cut some of the older dried leaves. These are actually from the winter and they need to come out, so the plant can come up and be nice and fresh. So I just took my time and went in and I took them out. And these typically bloom like in the late summer for us. Some tiny little purple flowers. I'm hoping that they will. I'm hoping that this will give it the boost that it needs to kind of like, spend that energy to give us some nice little blooms. But either way, the foliage is very pretty, so we're still fine if it doesn't bloom. Next now was to go over to the 2 urns and go in and get those tidied up. And it's always good to remove like, the leaves that are fallen, because sometimes, they can harbor like pests and diseases, have them come to your plant. So it's good to just clear them out and have the plant be refreshed. And then when I took a further look in on this one, I saw some spots on this leaf and I thought, I wonder if that's maybe like some kind of a fungal infection. I don't know where it came from. So, and it could even be an insect that did that to it, but I just decided to take it out. And not too many, so it doesn't, like change the whole shape of the plant, but just to take it out. And then this one here now is just trying to fix the mulch, and you can see that some little weed was growing in there. I'm not sure if it's like a baby sunflower or something like that, but I took it out. Down here you can see the creeping genet. It's not looking so hot in that section. I'm not sure what happened to it, but I'm going to go ahead and take out a few of them, not all of them, because we have to have a balance with the other side. So I'm going to go in and take out some of them. And what happens is that when you cut these out, the ones above it will flow over. Eventually they'll come down and cover it, or, they'll just take the place if they're taken out. But I'm not going to take out all of them. I'll just take out some of them. Next, it was time to fix by the walkway with the river pebbles. And we like using river pebbles because it gives it that organic look, And also when you're especially in areas like the southeastern United States, which is where we are, sometimes you'll find that you have, like you may be more prone to get like termites and stuff like that. So places that are right next to the house, we try to use river pebbles instead of the wood, wood mulch. And this is what it looks like. Now, we had a lot of rain, like I was saying, in my area. So you'll see that they're a little bit, sandy, but we're going to wash those off afterwards. And just to say that, if you love my gardening tours, if you'd like to see more of those, if you'd like to see my gardening topics and tips, be sure to hit the subscribe button and tap the notification bell twice so you never miss an upload. And these are the begonias, guys. Aren't they gorgeous? They just look so nice and so healthy. And I think they'll fit in perfectly out here in place of the chrysanthemum. It will have its time, in the fall when the season changes. And I just tidied them up a little bit. And then I went in and I watered all of the plants. And I just wanted to say that, because it's summertime, if you're not getting a lot of rain in your area, but every now and then you may get some. As long as it's not heavy rainfall, I highly recommend putting some of your plants out there from your porch and just have the rain fall on them, guys. I'm telling you, there is nothing like when that rain comes from the sky and it just refreshes your plant. It truly is a blessing to them, and they get to hang out with the other plants in the flower beds too. So even more of a reason right there. So now it's time to start setting things back in place. So we're putting the lantern in, putting the rug in, and you can see it looks so much cleaner. Maybe now you can see the difference compared to what it was before. And I'm very, very happy with how it looks right there. And now it's time to put in this new pillow that I got. It has a zipper at the bottom. So that allows for easy cleaning. If it gets soil, I can always go in and just, wash it and it'll be fine. So I like that about it. And now, guys, it's time for the reveal, to go in and take a closer look and to see everything, how it all came together. You can see at the door, and I think it looks pretty welcoming as it did before. And let's go and take a closer look at all the little things that we did. You can see that the river pebbles have been put in there. No more weed liner showing. It looks so nice and neat to me, and I absolutely love that. And I had washed them off, so it's a little wet right there, but other than that, it looks perfect. You can see the lantern right there. And I did not take off all the creeping Jenicas. Just for balance, I left in a few of them, but eventually those will come out when the other top ones flow down. And we clean up the welcome sign just a little bit as well too. And you can see the wreath right there, and the door looks nice and clean behind it, and I'm very happy with that. And they look almost like new, the rugs. Just a little bit of cleaning goes such a long way, And this is the other urn right here with the flowers in there. And over here we have the begonias. All those little dried spent blooms are gone. So it looks really, really good. And this usually carries me all the way into fall. A good way in until the first hard freeze. And then over here, these are the two pillows on here. And that was a blue and white one from the spring. And I think they match very, very well together. And then over here, these are the 3 begonias that I had put in smaller pots. And the thing about begonias, like most other plants anyway, they will, if you put them in a larger pot, they'll get larger. If you put them in a smaller pot, then they'll kind of like, not get as large. But I think it works really well. So here it is from another angle, guys. You can see how it looks from over here. You can tell me if you like it or not. I think it's very welcoming, and it just, the colors pop on the wreath. It was perfect for spring, and it still works really well for summer, which is what I like. I like when they have that versatility. So you have a little bit less to do when you're changing out, and tidying up. So this is a final look at it, guys. I hope it really inspires you to, freshen up your summer porch. If you never got a chance to do it yet, that you maybe go ahead and do it now. We still have a lot more time before the fall gets here. I want to thank you so much for watching and for your support. And be sure to share this with anyone you think it might benefit. Happy gardening. Stay cool for the summer. And I do hope to see you in the next video. Take care.